understand Regex look ahead meta character. So it follows a patterns like this: x in between a bracket, question mark equals y. So let's look at an example so that we can explain it in details. So we want to use an example, and this time around we want to match. So we want to match Lagos if Lagos is followed by city. So let's see how we can use the look ahead to achieve that. So I want to use that string, and now I can set a pattern. And this is how you set a pattern for look ahead. Use the new keyword and the regex method, which expect a data or parameter to be passed in. So what do I want to match? Lagos. So I can then pass in this to check if the word that follows it is actually city. And now that I have this, I can assign the output into a result variable and test pattern.test. So I can text what I have as my string. Now I can output my results. And I can see true. So now let me quickly explain something. You see, this X is what actually stands for the search criteria. What is it that you want to test for? This is what the X represents. And you see, this Y represents what should come after that search criteria or match criteria that you want to match. So the question mark and the equals to are what determine if the output is going to be true or false, if it's going to be yes, if it matches, or no, if it doesn't matches. So that is how the look ahead meta character works. You can see this is that X and this is Y, and this is what determines whether it will be true or not. So this is how you can use the look ahead in order to match a string or match a pattern in your code. Now let's take a look at the other part, which happens to be a negative look ahead. Now you can see that it almost follows the same pattern, other than what determines whether this will be true or false is what changed. This has an exclamation mark, while this has an equal sign. So let's take a look at an example for the negative look ahead as well. So we say match Lagos if Lagos is followed by city. So for a negative look ahead, it is going to be match Lagos if Lagos is not. So that is explicitly a not sign, not followed by city. So if Lagos is not followed by city, that is when it will match. If it did, then it will not match. So let's take a look at an example again. Let's text. I will use the last example, a big city or in Nigeria, big city is Lagos State. Now, with this now, I can set my pattern to check and do Lagos like the other time. But you can see that here I am not using regex, the new regex method. I am using delimiters directly. Now, the pattern has been set, and then the output can be assigned to result variable. Pattern dot test. Then we can test the string itself to confirm if what we set is actually contained in it. And now that we have done that, show me whether it is true or false. Plus results. And you can see the result is true. And the reason why it's true is because you see this question mark and this exclamation sign that stands like a negation. It will check our expression, and it will only evaluate to true if what is after Lagos is not city. But if what is after Lagos is city, then it will show us false. For example, now here we have Lagos State. If I change this from city to state, just take a look. You can see it has turned to false because the condition is match Lagos. If Lagos is not followed by city, that is the condition when you get true. If it is matched by city, you will not get, if it is matched with the next correct word, then you will get false. So let me revert this back to city, and you will see true because Lagos actually in our expression here, in our string, is not followed by city. Instead, it is followed by state. So this is how the negative look ahead works and looks like. Now, the Lagos actually matches the literal word that is contained in our string. And then this question mark and exclamation mark assert that what follow is actually not city, but instead state, which is the reason why the test result returns true. And if what matches it is exactly what we put inside that box, then it will return otherwise, which is going to be false. So this is the negative look ahead in action.